I want any excuse to start my vlog. It's been a while. It hadn't been a while. This is my very first vlog. It's today's date. I believe it's the 4th of December, 2025. Been on social media before in many forms, except for my face. And even if you see my face, it's probably in animation format. My voice is available on audiobook, narrating, my work, lots of things. This is what I wrote this morning. It's something I do. I write. My notes are scribbled. This is what I wrote in relationship to what I may talk about today on my very first vlog. To give you a bit of context, I purchased a book called We Need Your Art by Amy McNee. I was captivated when I watched her TED Talk.
The world is literally and figuratively on fire, and I am about to tell you that you need to make art.
Watched a few YouTube videos and thought I could use the book. As I'm a tutor of art, I could use the book to encourage my art students. So I got listening to the book and I realized there's something in my art that I haven't fully expressed, and that's the chapter on your artist voice, your voice. So here is my 10-minute of recording a day for 2 weeks, no matter what, which is an exercise provided by this book. All right, so here goes. I am an artist. I want to embrace art in all of its forms, including AI. I call this art intelligence. I created lots of things physically, viscerally, since I was 3, and I love tactile things. I even studied architecture to please my parents, but it was a tactile thing at university to draw. The moment I graduated, all drawing boards were thrown out the window and I needed to embrace technology and start creating drawings using a mouse. There was a slight disconnect there. But platforms like Revit or 3D modeling, etc., allowed you to create in a way that would be extremely slow were you to draw it in 3D yourself or hired others. You were creating 3-dimensionally. Anyway, I'm sidetracking. So the point I'm trying to make is I call AI in art as art intelligence. It is something you put in your toolkit as a form to be able to use sometimes to elevate your work if you need it. Nobody's really saying this that I know of. My student was amazing. She was the first person to admit she was using ChatGPT to correct something. And I said to her, I've used ChatGPT to edit my emails and I've never been brave enough to acknowledge that. So I commended her and decided to take a leaf from her book and say that I love it. I really love it. There is no excuse now to not write correctly. You can even sign off saying corrected by chat. So I'm calling this AI as an art intelligence. Why? To see what's possible. Oh yeah, there's a series of videos on my channel. I have many channels. Beetle Browed Artist is the channel to see my physical, visceral work that I actually get dirty and absolutely love. And I may have something on this channel about that too. But what's already on this channel is something I created from my scripts, from my storytelling. 30-second videos using AI as an animating tool to describe people in the scene. I can communicate my story, my art, my script writing abilities, produce art, etc. So I'm using art intelligence to see what's possible. I have written for many years fiction. That is what I write. Fiction on this arriving at Venus. The last one I wrote was a screenplay pilot that was a quarterfinalist in the outstanding screenplays. So I am stepping into my world viscerally through art intelligence, and a couple of my clips are set on other planets with a bit of smarts, desires, and fun. I can be there through AI, art intelligence. Now, what ignites you? Mine is stepping outside in the mornings. Mine is taking this with me in the mornings, taking my laptop with me in the mornings, typing, going to a park. It has a picnic table. There are trees and birds, and I take my own coffee. I go to a cafe and order a coffee and write stuff. My first blog, I welcome you to it. I am Nadia Holiday. I have more to say, but I think I have spent already 10 minutes of the required allocated time that I'm meant to give to myself for this exercise, according to the book. We Need Your Art, Amy McNee. Okay, thank you. I will see you tomorrow.